To find the yield on the bond, we need all of the determinants of interest. Now remember, our equation for nominal interest is R, the nominal rate, equals R star, the real rate, plus IP, the inflation premium, plus DRP, the default risk premium, plus LP, the liquidity premium, plus MRP, the maturity risk premium. We're given the real rate and the maturity risk premium. The inflation premium is equal to the expected rate of inflation, which is just the average, over the length of time of the security. But since we don't know the default risk or liquidity premiums, we can't directly calculate the yield on the 4-year bond. Since we know the yield on the 5-year bond, we can back out the default risk premium and the liquidity risk premium. Then we can use that information, since the question says these premiums don't change, to find the yield on the 4-year bond. First, let's find the default risk premium and liquidity premium. So the nominal rate is 9.5%, the real rate is 2%, the inflation premium is the expected rate of inflation over the length of the holding period that we're concerned with. And the expected rate is just another way of saying the average. You take the rate in each year, you sum them up, and you divide by how many years there are. Well, the question tells us what the expected inflation is in each year. So we have 6% in year 1, 6% in year 2, 8% in year 3, 6% in year 4, and 4% in year 5. So we sum those together and divide by 5, and we get an inflation premium is 6%. This is basically the average rate of inflation over those 5 years. The maturity risk premium, we have this formula, 0.15% times t minus 1. Well, again, since t is the number of periods and we're dealing with 5 years, we just plug in 5, and we see that the maturity risk premium is 0.6%. So we look at our determinants of interest equation again, and we plug in everything we know, and what we don't know is the sum of the default risk premium and the liquidity risk premium. And so we plug in everything else, we rearrange the equation, and we solve for those two, and we see that those two together equal 0.9%. Now we have all the information we need to calculate the yield on the 4-year bond. The real rate is still 2%. The inflation premium, now we're just looking at the 4 years, is 6% plus 8% plus 6% plus 4%, all divided by 4, and that gives us an average rate of 6%, which is just by coincidence the same as it was the average rate for the 5 years. The default risk premium plus the liquidity premium stay the same at 0.9%, that's what we just found. And the maturity risk premium is 0.15% times t minus 1. Here t is 4 because again we're dealing with a 4-year bond. And the maturity risk premium is 0.45%. So here's our equation again. Now we have all the components, we just plug them in and we solve for the nominal rate and we get 9.35%.